You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful and splendid evening today. So, it is time to officially start animating Sketch's face. It's been a long time coming. I have been working behind the scenes where I was editing audio so I can have like something so I can prepare with the facial animation and everything else. Let me see. Let me just annotate this so I can make this clear before everybody hops on. Alright, I am using my tablet so I can make the process easier. Unfortunately, I can't even freeze the screen if I'm gonna switch. Can I even change which tab? Because that'd be amazing. Well, application audio capture, that would be nice. Hang on. Just adjusting a few things before we continue. Because there's a lot happening at the moment, so there's that. But I also want to check my stream if it's working properly. So we're gonna keep that window open. Let's see. I'm gonna add a background, so okay. Oh, that's a nice one. It's a nice riff. If I'm geeking out over vocals in the background, I apologize. I'm just really enjoying R&B because that's where I'm at right now. That's my phase of music. Because I don't know. I feel like R&B is so much more of a bliss. Alright, that's fine. Let me just adjust this upwards. There we go. Now we're back. I do not have Streamlabs yet. I'm thinking about it later, but definitely not right now. Alright, so now I have a few things right in front of me right here. So first things first, let me just place this in its respective group. Okay, I first start off using the Mechabricks website so I can pull in both images of, let me just show you right here. It's in the background images section of your camera. And I pull out two different stencils on top of each other. I pull out the sticker and then I pull out the UV mapping of said sticker, and I made a couple adjustments where I just let me show you. I adjusted the y-axis so I can perfectly center it, as well as scale it so we can have the best resolution possible when I'm ready to render. So I'm gonna enable both of them for now until I don't need them anymore. And I have the reference image right here. It's not an image to planes thing, because I went ahead and selected instead reference because for some reason it didn't want to work like this one. The texture would not load in. So this works just fine. So I have on top my old, wait a minute, is it even? Nope, I mixed them up. 1 second, that's confusing. Oops. This is new animation, and this is old animation, and I placed it here for comparison so I can show you how the camera angles are focused now. So we have 3 points of interest right here. We have our subjects, we have Jinxie, Sketch, and CaseOh all aligned together, and it has this compositional element where there's the triangle pointing directly at him, because that's where CaseOh is in your rule of thirds. Oh my gosh, rule of thirds. Anyway, you get the point. Is that little grid in your camera. If you have that enabled in your, pretty sure that's enabled automatically by default in your DSLR, and you can absolutely have that option in your iPhone too if you looked closely enough in the settings. So now we have this. We don't see any information. We don't have any visual cues about how they're feeling or how they're reacting to Case, because he's here front and center, but he is, we're not seeing any more information about these two. So I just shifted the camera a bit so that it's here this time, and having this angle right there. But anyway, that's besides the point. I just wanted to showcase this. All right. So I put this right here next to me so I can use it as a reference to the acting, so I can apply the facial animation on top later as a texture. And this is not the final render, by the way. This is the preview, because if I were to do this all over again, it would waste time and resources for sure. Alright, second thing here, oh, not here, not the screen. Well, I can't move this, but I'll use my mouse instead. Alright, so in front of me, there's the camera, and we have his glasses. It's made of geometry, and we have 2 circular planes that act as the Lego eyeball. This clips into the eyeball directly, the shine, and the way I did it was just simply use the shrink wrap modifier, so it's pretty much the vertex sticking to the one at the edges. So hang on. Well, we can enable nothing, none of these. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, wireframe, just so I can show you what's happening. So it's clipping immediately right here, sticking. So you can see that every vertex would be conforming to this one if I were to check this, so you can see it like that. But we won't be moving this right now because we are focusing on something else. Also, I switched pretty quickly the matte cap here to normal because even though we're looking directly at sketch, I kind of wanted to have more of a bump map, instead of it having just the outside be the bump map. And what I mean by that is just the edges. The edges only was considered a bump because simply it's a 2D image, so there's barely any information in terms of like depth or height, or whatever have you, bevels and everything else. So to fix this, instead of it having looking like a sticker that is pretty much, has no depth or thickness at all I did was just extrude a bit, so you can see from the profile it has this edge right there. I can do the same thing with the eyes, but I'll figure that out later, or my priority is somewhere else. Okay, so I've prepared a few assets to draw because that's what we're gonna start doing. We will be drawing his eyebrows. We will also be drawing his mouth, especially the "what's up, brother" mouth pose, and some fine lines to push the expressions further. So what I'm gonna do is enable this. In terms of the colors for these things, I can perhaps extract the brown here by just going to background images back here and bring the opacity all the way up like that. So now we have the colors with no no overlays or different things. Okay, so we're gonna start with my brow asset. It's a grease pencil, and I'm gonna go ahead and create a whole new layer. So this is from the same file from the case one, as you can see, but I will only be creating another copy, and I call it sketch. Well, actually, let's just call it brown fill in case we need anything else as an additive, but I highly doubt it. Alright, so fill, and then we're gonna use the ink drop so we can extract the color, excuse me. And now that's done, we will go ahead and start drawing on top, like a no frame. Oh yeah, okay. So what I have to do is add a keyframe first. Insert keyframe, and now you start drawing like this. Whoops, that's my mistake. What happened here? Okay. So his brows kind of have this angle like that. That's close enough. Let's see. Where's the sculpt? Yeah. Now, in Blender, there is a sculpt mode dedicated to grease pencil, so you can adjust the drawing like this. If you have rough edges, you can smooth it out, and all kinds of fun stuff like that. I'm just going to lift these up His brow tail is definitely something like this. We're gonna still smooth a few things out just in case it doesn't look good. And now I'm going to set the origin to geometry so that we finally, you know, we don't have an offset. We just want to move it like this. We don't want to move it off of a different kind of offset. Alright, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to bring this down and rotate. And then, because these have been edited, the rotation and the location has been edited, I'm going to go ahead and apply the rotation and apply the location. Of course, it's going to look like that until you put the geometry back in. And then apply as a delta, because now all the nasty numbers are going to be located here instead of here, so that everything is zeroed out. If it were a different software like Maya, that would have been a whole new complicated mess of a process to do. Just a simple thing like a click of a button right here. But we're not here to shit on Maya. We're here to have fun. Okay. But if you were to ask me to revert it back, I don't know how. At all. Not at all. Unless I... yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna switch these like this. Apply the scale because I switched it using the scale. And then location to delta, and that value will replace the one or add on to it. And now everything is back to 0. Right, so now I'm going to remove this one because it's an empty grease pencil, and rename this. So now this is the right brow, this is the left brow. Alright, next thing, setting up the mouth, which was pretty tricky to find. I did a whole lot of research on how to do it without a rig, because I wasn't gonna give $25 right now to an add-on, because I feel like I'm going to use it elsewhere. However, I figured out a solution on how you can do that with the grease pencil. So over here, just to visit the CaseOh mouth. So the mouth, or at least the speaking mouth, let me show you. This one right here, it has 3 layers, okay? And they are made up of masks. So the first thing that you do is create or draw a mouth base with a fill and stroke, okay? You need them both because you want the outline of the Lego drawing and the fill, okay? And then next thing you do is you add some teeth on top, and again you have to enable the mask. Why? Because this is being masked by the mouth base. So anything you do, if you want to move the teeth by itself in edit mode, this is how you do it, and it does not interfere with the outline at all. So that's a perk, or that's you know, something that I discovered. And the same thing applies with the tongue. And again, they're both fills. They don't need strokes. So that's pretty much it. They're masked by the same mouth base. I'm not sure if it's inverted or what, but if it's by default not looking like this, then it's not inverted. So to do the same thing here with sketch, let me find the mouth. There we go. And I'll start to draw. Let's see. Yes, we're gonna find our fill and stroke layer. And then, oh, wrong one. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to simply the opacity down so I can see better. And then finally start drawing. I'm gonna rename the first layer our mouth base. And then finally we're going to draw. So this is what the stroke looks like. And this is what the fill with the stroke looks like. Alright. So let's say I want to outline this one. Gonna use my tablet and outline. Just make it as close to the drawing as possible if you can. That's why the sculpt mode for Blender can help if you want it to be exact. I'm gonna go ahead and bring these down so that the outline matches the shape of the Lego mouth, like so. And then you finally smooth it out. And I don't want the software to rely on my hand pressure. That's why this icon is ticked off. Alright, now that we've adjusted that, I'm going to flip it upside down. S, Z, -1, and now you have a face. Now you have a smiley face like this. Let me check if it doesn't seem like the stroke is, oh yeah, dang it. Okay, so it seems that the stroke or our outline is semi-transparent. So to fix that, which is, oh my god, thank you for this function, we're gonna go head to our strength and you paint over it like this. So now it'll match the same opacity, and problem solved. Let me just fix this part by pinching it a little bit. Just push. It's a little bizarre. Can I smooth it out? Yeah, that's where our problems start. So, oh, it's fine. It's okay. So now, what I'm gonna do is create a whole new layer, and then enable mask, select your mask, and then rename this into teeth. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and look for, I'm gonna look for my teeth material, which is basically a fill. And that's it. Now, unfortunately, it only seems, oh yeah, and disable this. It only seems that the, let's see, What was I gonna say? Yeah, the fill is being, you know, overriding. The fill is taking over the thing. And I think it has to do with relations or something. Hang on, let me look for the settings. What did I do here? Because I think I played with some of these and did something. So, talking mouth. Yeah, it was this one, I think. So, I went to the strokes section. Instead of 2D layers, I select 3D locations. And that's it. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. Now, if you're asking how to decimate this by cleaning up some things, you can do so, but you gotta be careful because it gets real low poly real quick with just small numbers like this. So just use it wisely. Especially the mouth. This is too dense. I'm gonna do the same thing. Edit. Deselect the teeth or just hit L on your keyboard or your laptop and then hit clean up and merge by distance and just slowly make your way up or down the slider as you get your thing to be done, like that. And then right now I'll adjust these. You can even like delete points, but you gotta be careful. You gotta be real careful. Alright. Excellent. Alright, so now that part is done. Let me see. If there would be a complicated rig if I had done this the quick and dirty way, or if I've taken my time to set up a rig. For example, if I had like a slider dedicated to mouse or an asset library for drawings, couldn't find something like that for Blender, so it's a no-go. Like, I cannot use something like that because they did not allow grease pencil drawings to be stored into the asset browser. So you just have to gruelingly either you copy and paste the mouth over and over again and adjust them with the sculpting tools, or you have to just manually draw them over and do some adjusting for each frame, and that is going to be a lot. However, it shouldn't be torturous. It's just repetitive, you know? Okay, so that's really it. Now, in terms of the brow, I'm trying to think if there's a way I could create like a lattice for it. But that will it'll be a little complicated. Well, actually no, but it's gonna be something. We can test it out now. Let me look for my lattice in my shelf. There you go. Alright, so now I'm making sure that it is not in 3D space. We want it to be 2D. So we're disabling the V. And just gonna add a few points to edit. So for example, we can have something like that. I'm gonna hit 0 on my numpad. And then in edit mode, this, and you cannot, absolutely cannot edit the or remove vertices here. You just have to do everything in this side of the screen. Thank God my little chicken is not, you know, taking over the screen that much, but that's pretty much it. But again, I'm just gonna adjust these to where it aligns with the edge of the brow. Then we're gonna go ahead to the modifier, lattice, find our lattice. And it seems that it's already being modified. Which is not good. Because all of your animations will be done in, let me see, shape keys. So for example, if I were to do something like this, it'll be like that. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, it's not bad. But we'll set that up later. If my voice is raspy, I apologize. I'm just kind of dehydrated. Okay, I feel like this thing should sound better. Alright, so it's time to remove the photos. So goodbye. Where is it? Oh, yeah, here. Chip. Perfect. Oh yeah, one thing. I also forgot the tongue. Masks. Mouth base. Add a new material. Call this tongue. I don't think I ever used this. So that's all you gotta do. Sheesh. Oh lord. What the heck is this on the radio, man? That's not what I intended to play. Alright, beautiful. Oh yeah. Scope mode. Dang it. Alright, so next thing, we're gonna decimate this one as well. Clean up, merge by distance, adjust the slider, and we're all set. Done. Honestly, this just looks like it would have been sketch, no matter what. I don't know why, he just looks it. Alright, beautiful. And now, onto this one. I'm gonna call, this is gonna be our fine lines one. So it's just going to look like that. Of course, strength has to be 1. We do not want it to, what was I gonna say? To be transparent. Depending on the pressure of my pen. What would be enabled would be the radius, because I would like to have this taper. What is happening? I'm just letting go a little too early. Yeah, beautiful. There we go. Whew. And we're making sure that this is in a whole nother not layer, but a whole nother asset, whole nother object. Because what if you want to move these independently from the mouth? So that's another thing to keep in mind, because that's what I encountered while I was animating Case. Alright, so that's done. Now it's time to do the, you know, the what's up brother pose that he does. I'm just gonna call it the what's up brother pose because it's almost like a catchphrase at this point. And he puckers his lips when he does that. So I'm gonna go back one layer, and it's at 0, so I can always find it and copy and paste. I'm gonna make sure I select fill and stroke. That always bothered me when I typed that in. There we go. Now it's properly named. So, oh gosh. All channels, thank you. Mouth base, select this layer too. I guess I understand why I kept the black material. Now I understand. Black outline. How? Okay. Oh my gosh. That's kind of funny. He's puckering his lips. There we go. Beautiful. Then I'm going to add a fine line here as well. Make it a little obvious. And yes, you can definitely adjust these using your regular, you know, scale and other stuff. Rotation, scale, location, and edit mode as you would with an actual model. Now, if I were to make his lips, for lack of a better word, luscious, I can definitely do that using the sculpt mode. So let me just these like that. So what I'm gonna do is thickness, and that'll adjust the thickness of our thing. And I'm just going to adjust the strength down so that it'll depend on my pressure this time. There we go. And now it looks more obvious, a little fuller. But I kind of am a little annoyed by how I drew the chin. There we go. I think that's good enough. Another thing, I'm gonna adjust this so it can be perfectly aligned in the middle. Alright, I Excellent. Goodness gracious. Alright. Let's see. Old. Yes. Alright. So now it is time to start animating. It is time to, you know, get going with this because we're done. Kinda. With the setup at least, you know. We even have the sketch puckered lip. Alright, so it'll be it for the setup, I believe. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, these are booleans. So if I wanted to make him have these going on, that's all I gotta have to do. Boolean difference. So when I hide this, that's what it will look like. So that's why when I go to my hierarchy, disable these, so you can, you know, you can work without having to worry that this is going to render. Okay. Imagine that's what he'll look like. Alright, so enough goofing around. We're just gonna make sure that this is the right one. This is his right eye. So right boolean, left eye boolean, that's perfect. Perfect. Okay, beautiful. So I'm just gonna simply, let me see. I'm gonna place these down a little and then add these to the deltas because that's not what I needed. There you go. So this is gonna be the default location. So if I go up and backspace here, so it goes back to 0, it's gonna snap back to where it was, where I placed the original, and yeah, it's time to start animating now. And the audio is on, I believe. Let me check my, okay, I'll just have to bring the radio down and enable the dialogue. So here we go. Alright, so here,
I like that.
that's when Sketch speaks immediately. And he's gaming in the background in our both animations.
I like that.
So I'm gonna, first things first, where would we start our animation? Here at the 10-second mark. Let me see. I want these to move independently, so we're not gonna parent any of them. But what can we do? We can parent these, but it will not matter because I'm replacing these with drawings at the end, so it doesn't matter. But I'm just gonna keyframe everything. Location and rotation on all of them. And here is when I start to pose his brows.
like that. I like that.
So I'm thinking that he could squint from here. Where is the shape keys? Yes. Like so. And let me also real quick disable the wireframe so we can see things clearly. And I'll give him this kind of slappable face. Where? Yeah, that's our mouth. Like that. How did we do the F sound with Case? This, oh, that way. Okay. Honestly, to save time, we could literally copy and paste these drawings. We definitely can. And then I'm gonna go to, I guess, edit mode. Yep. Oops. And just place it where it's supposed to. Here we go. And because this is all in the mouth base layer, things will get a lot messy. So I'm just gonna cut, or copy and paste these in place like so, and delete them permanently off of mouth base because it's not where we need it to be. There we go. We're gonna go to teeth, paste the teeth, delete the original one that we drew because we don't want to have duplicates. And now that's all we have. And yep, the tongue has been deleted by accident because it's been placed in the wrong layer. That's why we have to be very, very careful with where we place our stuff. Like that. Here we go. All right. Then for this one, I'll just draw it beneath like that. Kind of like a cleft chin, if you will. No, dissolve between is not going to work. So I think I'm just doing it wrong, but this is how you do it. Stroke. No, not stroke. Grease pencil. Clean up. Merge by distance. And you know the drill. And you either increase or decrease how you see fit. And that is all you gotta do for the next thousands of frames or next minute, aka at 24 hours, 24 frames a second. Imagine that. At 1,650 frames. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to push this up because Sketch's face is definitely shorter than the average human. I'm not gonna say what could be the possibility because it's not my place. It's not my business. Okay, and you can, well, actually you cannot pair these together, like make them the same data or whatever right now, because we can adjust these independently. Oops. Just gonna legit copy and paste because I'm not gonna do it manually. Alright, and then where's the thing? Okay, let's clear all the keyframes. And then I'm gonna put the locations to delta. Yes, no, I don't know. Yeah, that's in sync. Alright. No, it is not. Because I moved this, I animated this. I'm gonna... Actually, we're gonna have to restart. Yeah, that's not where I want it. There we go. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Locations to delta, and I think... Oh wait, it's just asymmetrical as Ariana head asses. Browns. Well, welcome Derplet School. Well, it is what it is. Just a small YouTube channel, as you know. But we're doing our best. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Just gonna make sure that everything is keyframed properly. Okay. Now on to this one. What is going on? Oh no. Okay, something is definitely happening, but we don't really care for what's happening here at all, because the animation will start at frame 10 anyhow. So whatever happens to Sketch's face is not going to be shown in the camera at all. So there's that. Alright, so let's preview the animation first so we can get an idea of how everything will turn out in acting.
I like that.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on. I hate you and I hate everything about you. That's why Dolores has been cheating on you for 3 straight years. That's why Timmy has red hair. You're nothing but a failure and a bum. Everybody hates you. You're good at nothing. You're the reason why we make you die every single one.
I like that.
You are terrible, and we will never get this world record because of you, because you are a disgusting human being, and you deserve nothing nice. I literally send this guy with a gas mask, a briefcase, and a map.
Yep.
I set him up for the most success you could ever imagine. And he comes back, breaks the mask, breaks the map, and comes back with $2.
Someone get that guy.
Fucking idiot, dude.
Someone get that guy. Someone's gotta find out what's going on.
Now it'll cut off here, but in editing, it'll be beautiful. But yeah, but that's what I've got in terms of like splicing, audio cutting, everything else. So yeah, that's what we're gonna work with. Alright, so first things first. We see that Sketch is gaming in the background with his, let's see, the PlayStation controller.
I like that.
And I want him to have this smug face while he's gaming. Let me put the music back on. Or is it back on? Yeah. So, I'm gonna give him a smug face. But, because I was convinced with the fact that the lattice worked, I'm gonna just adjust these a bit so that we have something to work with. And add the modifier lattice, select our lattice, and that's it. I'm gonna add a few points, whoops, so that we can go to edit mode and control these like that, so we don't have to draw things over and over. And the only way you can animate this is going through the shape keys and doing all the laborious work, but it shouldn't be that bad. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we gotta do. We can copy and paste this over here. And let's see. Yeah, for this one, modifier, lattice, select this one, and we're done. I also want to parent the lattice to the brow, so I'm gonna select the lattice first and then the brow second. The Control P object. Now whenever this moves, the lattice will move as well. Oh my gosh, I can't see my keyboard because of my tablet. Alright, so that's what we have. I'm gonna bring the brows down, rotate it. And then we're gonna go to the shape key because we will have our first deformation for the brows. Like that. Oops. There we go. And then we're gonna go to fine lines to add some details. Let's save before anything happens, because it could be a disaster. Like other disasters that's happened before. There we go. Now where the heck did the crimson chin, cleft chin go? Oh, right here. Alright, so I'll have to just copy and paste it from one frame to the other. Oops, oops, oops. Beautiful. There we go. Because that, in turn, will be slapped on to his face when I'm ready to finally render it. Same way that I did with CaseOh, because with the CaseOh, excuse me, with the CaseOh face, I did the exact same thing here. That's how everything turned out, and I was working with the no face, just the acting, and all the information for his facial animation was just right here.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on.
And then we got sketch. Again, I'm gonna select all the elements within the frame, just in case we need to add keyframes. Whoops, whoops. What is happening right now? Excuse me. Yeah, I was in the wrong thing. Okay. Select these, select these, select these. Hello, pen. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. And let's see if there's anything. Yeah, we're gonna have to delete all these keyframes in the middle. We don't need them. Okay, at the 10-minute mark. Let's see, what else can we do? Alright. And he is all we're going to focus on from here on out.
I like that. I like.
Alright.
I like that.
You.
I like that.
So I have an idea for the brows. We're gonna have this smug face. After he says I like that,
You might be.
and for him to focus, I'm gonna raise this up. Yes, and I make sure that this is enabled so I don't have to hit I all the time, or K, or whichever version of Blender you're using. And then we're gonna bring this down as this goes up. Why am I using my mouse? I should be really using my tablet since it's in front of me. Alright. Beautiful. Same thing here. Oops. Wrong keyframe. And then I'm just gonna tilt it just slightly. So it looks like this.
You might be.
Hang on, let me put it against the white so we can see better. Oh, interesting. Won't color a thing. That's fine.
You might be the.
But this looks boring.
You might be.
This looks real boring.
You might be the.
Like, this is not true animation at all. It's just automated. So to add our, quote unquote human touch, because AI could never. Let me just bring this back up.
You might be.
Because this is exactly what AI would do. So I'm going to go to my graph editor by holding Control and then hit Tab. And we need to find our Z location. Oh yeah, and make sure that the Y is not going to move ever. So clear single frame and lock that. because the Y will deal with depth and we don't want that. Oops. Just make sure that one singular frame is not being altered whatsoever. Okay. And I really don't need the highlights to be moving right now. I'm gonna clear the keyframes on all of them. So yeah, alright, I got a little sidetracked. Okay, so we're gonna find our Z location and isolate that. And we're going to change the frame handle from automatic, auto clamped, which is going to be on, and then hit free because I want to go swoop down, so it'll go down like this. As you can see, the movement went down. Of course, I don't know what happened there. Where's the lattice? Yep, that's the wrong thing. Alright, so it takes a dip and it goes back up. And I want it to linger a little longer so that I'm making the cup a little steeper. And then we're gonna make it go up fast by enlarging this so that it'll ease out quicker. So it'll look like
You
this.
might be the.
But because it's taking a little more time, instead I'll just bring this back up like this.
You might be the. You.
So it'll look like that.
You might be the. You might. You might. You might. You might.
All you're getting out of this is the sense of timing. So forget about the lattice for a second. So for example, I'm gonna turn this off
You might be.
because we just wanna make sure that this is
You might.
done correctly. And we'll also focus on the rotation, and it's being rotated currently at the Y. So we're gonna take the Y and shift it where exactly that location was,
You might be.
so that it looks like this.
You might.
But we can also offset it by just a frame or two, so it doesn't look a little abrupt.
You might be.
So there
You
we go.
might be. You might. You.
Now, if you get a little annoyed by the repetition of, you know, the sound, well, I can't help you really. That's just how animation is. That's how we will have to deal with things as we work 8 hours a day against a computer on a desk. That's the reality.
You might be. You might.
But anyway, I might offset it by
You might be.
3 frames or something. And then I'm gonna enable this back.
You might be.
And then I'm gonna change this to vector.
You might be the.
Nope. This one. Perhaps this one we can change. Nope.
You might be. You.
Oh yeah, it's a few frames
Might-
away.
You might.
Um,
You. You might be the.
okay.
You might be the. You might be the. You might be the.
I think this is okay.
You might be. You might be.
Oops. All the way to 0, please.
You might be. You might be.
What is happening at the end here? Oh. You know what? I have an idea. Just shove it in there. Because I want it to already take this pose the moment he raises his brow.
You might be the.
There we go. There we go.
You might be the. You might.
Let me also adjust the rotation a bit because it's offsetting just a tad.
You might be the.
So the offset is 1 frame.
You might be the. You might be.
No, make it 2. Make it 2. We like even numbers. We like even numbers over here. I know I do.
You might be the. You might be the. You might be the.
Alright, there we go. This looks very nice.
You might be the. You.
Now, instead of doing all of this again and over again, I'll just go ahead, copy the pose, and just simply paste it here. And oh my god, what happened there? The Lord have mercy, that's not what we want. But, hang on. Okay. Alright, I'm going to keyframe location and rotation. That's what we're working with. That's what we've been working with. Insert keyframes. I'm gonna pick these two from here because we don't want all of what's been before. And then select our keyframes and paste. And we're just gonna turn the whatever this to constant so that we don't have anything happening. And of course, because this is different, the rotation is a whole lot different. I have to raise this up so it is going that way, but perhaps I have to switch it. Yep, like that.
You might.
When it comes to left and right, some things will be switched from up to down and down to up. It's because of values. Like for example, if you see the numbers right here, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, and then -1, -2, -3, and so on and so forth. These are the values that you see here, right here. So if I go to, for example, I don't know, with this brow, -1, it's gonna be right there. It's gonna go down. If I place it to 1, it's gonna go up to 1 in the 3D world space. Oh, hello, Jeff. Welcome. I'm glad to have you back to the stream.
You might be.
Same thing can be it can be done here. Just delete these. Add the keyframes.
You might.
There we go.
You might be the. You might.
Now for the eyes.
I like that.
I'm going to keyframe the location at that point. 240.
I like that.
But before he does that, the dip of the brow, I'm gonna have him blink. So how I did this was I had the shape altered like this. So from going like this to this, let me just keyframe these two as well. Alright, and then for a blink, I just rotated it 180 degrees, like that. 180, lift it up a little. Same thing here, 180, and lift. And then I hide these all together, like that. But that'll have to happen in one singular frame. So I'm gonna go back here. So it looks like this. One second. Wait, did I do this right? Yeah, this is the wrong way. Hang on. Wrong way around. I gotta clean keyframes, please. Or clean channels, yes. There we go. Native one. This is a blink. And then 2 frames. Hold it. Keyframe. And then go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate this back to 0. And by then I would love it if it were to happen in 1 frame. As it is transitioning. Like that. Go like that. 0. Whoops. 0. Get down. Three, 4, and just go up very subtly.
You might be the
There we go. Where's our glowy eyes? Hang on. 2 frames, that's where it's gone. Copy, switch up. Oops. There we go. Easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Animation can be fun, you guys.
you might be you might
There we go.
you
Let's see. And the fine lines, of course, it will have to be done, as well as the mouth. But we're just taking it step by step right now. We're not gonna rush into things. Of course, this is a disaster. We don't want this to happen. We can't have the eyes rotate like that. So, just gonna keep on cleaning some channels. Okay. Where's the rotation? There we go. Rotation. Just delete these keyframes, and it will be set. All right. So before then, just revert back to 0, as well as the location.
you might
And then we will remove these and add another one like that. And that's a whole new pose.
you might
Of course, we gotta animate this as well so that it doesn't interfere with anything. So where was the blink? Right here. That's when you have to bring this back to 0. Back to 0. It's to 1 and 1. Oops, wrong one. 1. There we go. And I did not animate this properly. There.
you might be you might
So from 240 to the 10-second mark, that's what he's gonna look like. With the eyes, let's focus on the eyes right now. Ignore the fine lines. Let me just shove it back where it belongs in the prior pose. Or this one in particular needs to go elsewhere. But it's there. It's just there for now till I adjust it.
I like that.
you might be
It's for this. It's for this pose exactly. Okay. So I'm gonna go to edit mode and hit right click, insert keyframes or I, and go back 1 frame, and then I'm gonna do something tricky. I'm going to, let's see, I'm gonna shove it inward so that it's shorter, like that, so that it looks like the fine lines are being developed onto the face. So it kind of looks like this. Oh, never mind. Something happened. What is going on? Am I in the wrong thing or what? Let's see. Yes. Grease pencil layer. Fine lines, yes, sir. Is this? Oh, that's a mask. Oh, we did not keyframe it. That's weird. Can I copy and frame it? Yep, that's what I gotta do. I'm gonna copy and paste the one from the previous frame, then sculpt, squeeze in there, squeeze into place, like that, so that it looks like the lines are being developed, like that. See that? But because this is a 24 frames a second kind of animation, it could last for 2 frames before anything happens, because we want to emulate the stop motion effect.
Might be.
And then, whoops.
Might be the.
And then I'm gonna delete the other lines. And point. And then, oh Lord, where did this go? My gosh, these cursors are huge. Okay. Wow, I did not realize the other one was deleted as well. Okay, okay. Alright, go down, below the eye. Alright. So that looks like this.
Might be.
Next thing, we're gonna delete, or let's add a keyframe. Yes, insert blank. So it looks like that.
You might be the. You might be the. You might be the big.
Ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? Smooth animation for Lego.
I like that.
You might be the. You might be the biggest.
I like that.
So when he says I like that, I'm just gonna cheat a little and go to my previous CaseOh animation where I had all the mouth shapes instead of doing it one by one all over again. I'm gonna go ahead and look for my I or ah sound voice.
You might.
So so this shape, I'm gonna go to edit mode. I'm gonna copy the mouth, Control C, switch back to the sketch one, go to my mouth base layer, and look for where the point where he says I like that.
I like.
And we can enable audio scrubbing by going to playback on your timeline and look for scrubbing. Here is when he says it, and then paste and bring down. As for the teeth, I'm gonna bring this down. hide the tongue. So it's like I like that. It also helps if you're doing this for the first time without, you know, another file to copy. If you're doing this from scratch, I highly recommend having like a mirror next to you as you animate, so you can look at yourself when you're talking, so you can get a reference of what your mouth should look like while you're doing these things. A lot of professional animators do that, especially if they're doing facial animation, so they can exaggerate and build on the acting.
I like.
So before we do any details, before filling in anything, we're just gonna focus on creating the key moments, the key poses, more like, and that's just getting the basic shapes, and then we're gonna do the in-betweens. So I like that. So when he says I like that, I'm gonna shrink the mouth down. And then sculpt away just by using a few shapes. And if you don't want to alter the teeth or the tongue, just lock them here in your timeline so nothing gets edited when you don't want it. At the moment, I'm just adjusting the mouth shape. Just tilting the corners and then smoothing everything out when they feel a little rough. Okay. And then we're gonna bring out the teeth. So we're not gonna do every single syllable. We're gonna do the blends. Even though we said that we're not gonna do the in-betweens, that can apply, yeah, but we can't spell out every single syllable with our mouth because that is not how we speak naturally. You see what I mean? So if you try to make out the R shape in the middle of your speech and trying to enunciate every single letter and it's not gonna come off naturally at all. So we're just gonna work with the blends where when he said I like that, he's like aisle.
I like that.
So if you want for his case, if you want his tongue to not contact the what was I gonna say, the roof of your mouth or your teeth, you can do it for one single frame if it looks good. If it does not look good and does not look natural, that is when we have to ditch that idea completely and just go with our guts, like I said, with the whole blending of our letters and whatnot. So now that we have our teeth, where's the teeth? I'm not sure why the teeth is over there. Oh yeah, it's being overtaken by the stroke. Oops. So it looks like this. And then we're gonna bring the tongue. I'm actually gonna place the tongue beneath the teeth when it comes to layering, so that it is placed behind where it's supposed to. There we go. So I like that. I like that.
I like that.
I la. And then we're gonna add another keyframe for all three. Wow. What seems to be the problem, Houston? Where were the options for the grease pencil animations earlier, man? When they like add a blank and stuff? Where is that now? Must I copy and paste and do this tedious task of copy and pasting? Alright, I'll copy the mouth base. I la. So it's like an ah shape. Gonna not round off the corners. I'm doing this relatively fast, so we don't take forever in this stream. Okay. I am telling you guys, grease pencil is like heaven sent, you know? Because you don't have to, you know, worry about rigs too much. If you're not into rigs or rigging.
I like that.
Oops. So the difference between these two is that one contacts like the roof of the mouth. We can make it a little narrow too, so that it looks like it's contacting the roof or the edge of the teeth. And the one is like resting on your, you know, on the bed of your mouth or your teeth.
I like that.
You see? I like. Then we gotta do the sound. And let's see, where would that, what would that look like here? Like this. This one. Okay, copy. I'm gonna go to the mouth layer.
Like that.
Here, 1017. This. And next thing is we need to unlock the teeth. Now the problem is now the tongue is behind the teeth. So you can either create a new layer where you know, the tongue is in front, or you can just have to work around it. But for me, I think I'm going to create a separate layer and create call it tongue. Tongue TH sound. And I'm gonna actually hide the original tongue all the way down here. Go over here, select this one, and draw. Oh, that's the eraser. How am I drawing with an eraser? That's silly. And there you go. There you go. Easy peasy. And if you wanted to make it look like an actual tongue instead of a potato, and to add some variety between, you know, Case's tongue or any other Lego character that you're creating, well, this is a trick you can do. So now it looks like an actual tongue with its bends and all. Sketch looks like he's doing a Hermione. It's called Leviosa, not Leviosa. That's what it's given. Alright.
I like that. I like.
And I feel like it could be a little narrow.
I like that.
Also, I did notice that the mouth is slightly lower. We're just gonna lift it. There we go.
I like that. I like that. I like.
And then we're gonna copy and paste all this. And remove this or hide it, tuck it away. Whoops! What did I do? Oh no. Oh yeah, and of course I forgot to add the the crucial part. Masks. Thank you. Mouthpiece. Phew. I'm gonna copy and paste the same.
I like that.
Sometimes you'll have to adjust the mouth shapes where it is only one frame away. Hello, hello, Micah. Welcome back. I'm glad that the stream is finally picking up some steam. Alright, so we are just working on animating Sketch's voice lines. Because it's been a long time coming. I've been working behind the scenes where I did a lot of audio editing. So I can add more audio for the animation as well as Foley. Took me a few hours just to find the right audio for Sketch and Jinxie because, you know, some of them have this weird dialogue that does not kind of match what I'm going for, but those are the ones that I got away with.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
I don't know why it's going up diagonally, but that's bizarre. Honestly, next time I stream, I gotta have a notification system, or just announce it on my social media. I can't just be ambiguous like that.
I like that. I like that.
You might.
What even am I listening to? What even is this radio? Lord, I apologize for putting you guys through this for an hour and 40 minutes. Goodness gracious. Oh.
You might be the. You might be. You might be the. You might. You.
Alright, I'm gonna put the smug face soon, very soon. Where is it? There we go. He looks so goofy. Oh my gosh. Alright, gonna copy the mouth base layer. Because I need that pose. There. Oh my gosh. He does that face. I don't know why.
You might be the. You might.
And then. Yeah. Oh. Huh? Why is this? Of course. It's being lifted up like this. You know what? I'll just copy and paste the values from this. Is it not correct? Oh no. Okay, I think I might have messed up big. Badly, badly, Lord. I mean, I don't know what to say. I truly don't. Where's the eyeball location? Thank you. I'm gonna take these values. Copy, and then I'm gonna paste it right here. Paste. Well, that's not what I wanted. Can I please copy only these? Only these, please. Isolate Z location, and then... Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Oh yeah, of course. Let's just switch this backwards. And bring this value up. Let's make this 0 instead. Thank you. Why is soft selection on?
You might be the.
That's way too high.
You might be.
Goodness gracious. I apologize.
You might be. You might.
Let's make this a little flat faster. Bring this up.
You might be the. You might be the. You might be the. You might. You might. You might be. You might. You might.
That's
You might.
Alright. So for this one, I'll have to do it manually. Or something. This is ridiculous. I don't know what happened here. Why is it shaped like that? Alright, I'm gonna go down. Place these down. Man, that's a lot of clicking with the mouse. Just utilize the tablet, man. What's going on? Fee. Okay, so now
You might be the.
uh-oh. Something lagged.
You might be the. You might be the. You might be the.
Alright. So he has this punchable face right now.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
I'm going to find the T sound from case, from the prior drawing. Oops. Edit mode, go and find it. Copy the shape and just paste it here.
I like that.
Right here is where he puts an emphasis on the T. And bring this down. And let's see, teeth. There we go.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
You might be the big.
I like that.
You might.
I like that.
You might be the.
Probably want to emphasize the lift of these eyes. Just a tad.
You might be the.
And just move it like a frame forward.
You might be the.
With a lot of easing out.
You might be the. You might be the.
And yeah, I'll just add another frame so that I can have this settle kind of animation going on where it lands. Like that. Gonna bring up the handles, enable it. Don't know why these things overlap, because wasn't like this in the earlier versions of Blender. But
You might be the. You might be the. You might.
but it is what it is. I'm gonna work with what we got. Also prolong this a tad.
You might be the. You might be the.
And just turn this to a vector.
You might be. You might be the. You might be the. You might.
Add 2 frames. At another location. Oh, easy now.
Might be the. Big. Might be. Might be the. Might be the. You might be the.
What is happening right
You
now?
might be the. You might be the.
No, I need more frames.
Might be the.
There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
You might be the.
Sweet.
Might be the.
There we go. So, we are kind of making progress. Sketch is barely speaking anyway. With his parts. But, it's something. It's something. Let me just delete the cleft chin kind of thing. Because Sketch doesn't even have a cleft chin. Let me just go ahead and paste this over and delete everything that's in between, because we truly do not need all that. Oh my gosh. Can I insert yeah, there we go. Phew. Insert blank active layer, thank you. I'm going to select the cleft chinny thing. Wait, that's already been added. Okay, we don't need it. We don't need it. And I'm gonna copy this over and then create like a blend of the two keyframes like this. I'll create another copy, even though I wish it would override it, but that's fine.
You might.
So this is called like an in-between or a breakdown pose, according to Blender, I guess.
You might. You might.
Of course, it's not going to align since we made these changes.
You might be the.
But it's all good.
Might be the. You might be the.
Now you can imagine that face left here onto this empty slab. It's gonna be something of interest. I save before anything happens because we don't want a disaster. I wonder if this is royalty-free music because I hear it in this free game I'm playing. So let's hope it's... I hope it's acceptable. Alright.
You might be the.
I like that.
You might be the. You might be the biggest bum. You might be.
And then I'm going to animate the X location so I can have him like look around. We don't need soft selection, just slight, just very subtle. Next frame. Location.
Be the biggest.
And copy this.
Biggest bum I.
There we go.
Be the biggest bum I. Be the biggest bum I. Be the biggest bum I've ever.
There we go. It's like he's surveying his screen.
You might be the. You might. You might be the biggest bum I've. You might be.
I like that.
Let's make this a little intense. Location and rotation. And go up, angle it a little.
I like that.
And then we're gonna hold it till it reaches here.
I like that.
You might be.
There we go.
I like that.
I'm gonna make it bounce a bit. Where is the location? 1, 2 frames over. Lift it up.
I like that. I like that.
3 frames for
I
example.
like that.
And also turn it into a vector.
I like that.
Maybe, or just shrink it straight up.
I like that.
Where is rotation as well? We gotta adjust that. Where? Oh yeah. Just bring this back. Oh wait, is that blue? Oh, we didn't add a green key from here. Lord, 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 no, 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 not copyrighted music. I'm out of ideas, honestly, for like, for what to play for the radio instead of just lo-fi. So, I guess we're sticking to R&B because that's what I'm into. and it's calm, chill vibes.
I like that. I like that.
You
Let's what am I doing? There we go.
I like that.
you
I like that.
you might be the biggest.
I like that. I like that.
You might.
There we go. So he has a little pizzazz, if that makes sense.
I like.
Delete everything that's been before.
I like that. I like that.
It looks like SpongeBob here. Oh yeah, R&B is very chill. It just calms me down, or just, I don't know. It's more soulful to me. Like I partake in pop, yes, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood. You know, I just want to be sad one day. not really, but it's for chill vibes. It's for chill vibes. I think I tried listening to classical music while I was working one time, and I was kind of surprisingly very immersed. I was very deep into work while I was listening to classical music. I'm like, oh, it sure does work when people say that it helps you focus. Because you're not distracted with, you know, the lyrics, and you're not nitpicking what sounds good and what doesn't. You're just listening when you're listening to music. Just background noise, you know.
I like that.
You might.
I like that.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on.
I like that.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever.
And then I have to revert all this back to where it once was. Oh, God, this is gonna be fun. Fun session of copy and paste, huh?
You might.
We want to reverse all this. Copy. Oh, of course, don't forget the browse.
I like that.
Biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on.
Location and rotation, please. Paste. Oh, wait. I can just do this. Sheesh. What? Oh, okay, maybe. I'll go to the last frame, actually. Then it'll cap right there. No. Why? Oh, is it these? Well, it'd be nice if I could keyframe everything all at once right now. All channels, please. All channels. Oh, okay. It kind of worked. Oh wait, that's all we gotta do, right? I just have to copy the last pose? I believe so. Just this one part.
Bum I've ever laid eyes on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's, I guess, more than enough time.
I hate.
Okay, and then 1. Wait, no, not 1. Everything will be 0. 0, 0. do classical stations sometimes when I'm working. It definitely helps me concentrate. Oh yeah, for sure. The only thing that I guess would distract me nowadays is either notifications on my phone, if it's something important, or simply my dog is crying and wants to wants to play, wants me to take him to the dog park and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, I did earlier before I streamed, because I'm like, you know what, he's gonna keep on asking me to take him to the dog park, and working earlier is not gonna suffice right now, or even streaming earlier is not gonna do a thing, because he's gonna still nag and ask me to take him to the park. I love him dearly, of course. Sometimes I just want to focus, you know? Like, please, Kaito, just let me do my thing. Why is this rotated? It's a little bizarre. Wait a minute. Okay. So why is it rotated? I do not understand. Because I never built it like that. And this man is singing about freaky stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute. Some kids are watching my streams. I hope they didn't hear or pick up on things. I'm like, wait. This is supposed to be an R&B channel. What is this? I'm like, no. R&B is supposed to be like respectful, not like freaky deaky. Gosh. Yeah, they probably have heard words from their parents, because I think nowadays parents are very comfortable cursing in front of their kids. Back in the day, it'd be like, no, pierce your ears. Oh my god, this is inappropriate. And that was my mom too. It's a freaky deaky MoGraph stream. Yes, it is. It is. I'm like, no, this is a family-friendly channel. I don't want someone's mom be like, hey, you gotta censor yourself because my son is watching your stream. I'm like, I don't know that. I didn't know someone was watching my stream, and it's not my dang fault that, you know, the singers are singing these things. Oh, hello, Rabbit. Welcome. Good to have you back. I gotta work these out. I'm just blocking right now.
You might be the...
Even though it's not really blocking the poses, I guess I'm just putting in details while I'm going, which is a little tedious. It's not really the pipeline that we all work in with animation and MoGraph. But I just can't help it. Tell him, Micah. Tell him.
Biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on.
I think I'd like a blink in between these two. Like that. Oh, I thought that was Georgia Smith. It's not. Her voice sounds very, very similar to hers. Like, wait a minute, is Georgia in my playlist right now? Oh, what the heck is this now? He looks so concerned. What is this? What is this?
Ever laid eyes on.
Well, what am I targeting exactly? I'm targeting the... okay, yes, the shape keys. That's what I'm looking for. So, pretty much, let's see. Okay. Let's isolate everything else and just copy these over and paste them. Am I mistaken?
Oh my. Bum I've ever laid eyes on.
Yep. Yep. I am gravely mistaken. Alright, there we go. What is this now? What is this?
I hate.
Okay, I mean, this is fine. Whose face is this? This is Sketch's face that we're animating today. Do you only animate Legos or do you do other stuff? Well, this is my very first Lego animation. And I know there are rigs provided for these, but the only rig that I used was for the body. And because it was freely available, I used it. But when it comes to like the facial stuff, I thought that I would give my shot at it with just manually drawing things so I can, you know, I guess practice my sense of timing with animation as well instead of just relying on rigs. But again, that does not make doesn't really make any sense because you practice your sense of timing in any which way. But I guess what I'm trying to do is just practice practice 2D as well. Because I figured, I mean, I wasn't too bad with 2D when I took it as a class in uni. However, it was not really my thing because I've always been the CG girl. So I'm like, it's CG or nothing, you know? So I went all in CG, and ever since I haven't really stopped practicing. I've been using it with every project I can get my hands on, and yeah.
I hate.
It's been very, very, very fun. Blender is crazy. I can Only create a square. Yeah, it's definitely like how I felt too when I was first getting started with Blender at all. I felt the interface was too intimidating, and I was just trying to get into it because, you know, Maya, first of all, is very expensive to get Maya. Second of all, it's not, Blender is accessible, but Maya isn't. And Maya is the industry standard. However, the first 3D software that I ever got my hands on was Maya because of the classes that I've taken in university. But when I had to learn Blender, because I just wanted to do 3D at home, but I can't go back to work and be like, I want to use your computer, I want to do personal projects. Can't do that. So, and it's freaking late at night, so no. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I'm like, you know what, Blender? When I looked at Blender in the eye, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna learn you. Okay? And I will do whatever it takes so I can understand how you work. Because you're the cheaper alternative. I heard great things about you. So let's get this through. And well, funnily enough, I am now the pro. Well, not the pro, but I am now very comfortable using Blender as I am with Maya. However, since Maya's not with me all the time, I think I might have forgotten how to use, like, I guess the important features or something. I'll have to test that for myself when I see Maya again in front of my face and be like, oh, that's how you did that. Oh, I remember now. Oh, these shortcuts are different. Shoot, I am screwed. So yeah, I think this just, you know, depends on which software you wanna get your hands on, and which one you're comfortable with. It's just preference, pretty much. It's only preference. Let's see. Well, I didn't mean for him to blink like that. I'm trying to reverse this. How do I... Why am I confusing myself? Blender is legit and respected these days. Crazy, it's free. I know, it's insane. And to think that the top companies like DreamWorks and Disney, well, maybe not Disney, but DreamWorks for sure, maybe Illumination, no, Sony too for Spider-Verse, they also use Blender. So to think that, you know, Blender is not the industry standard when it's grown so much is just insane. And I'm glad that it's free, and I hope it stays like that forever, as the founder of Blender stated. Because truly, like, this is a great feat, you know? And then I know I've been told to learn how to smell cheap. If something is too good to be true and it's cheap, then it's probably bad, but this one is an exception. This is exceptional. So, yeah. Like, let's not underestimate Blender, guys. Because now it's doing motion graphics. Like, if there's a system called geometry nodes, and geometry nodes is essentially just a MoGraph kind of thing, and if you see people using it for motion graphics, for 3D and advertising, gosh, there are so many great things. I'm like, that can happen here. Like, it almost looks like a clone of Houdini, I'm like, dang, look how far we've come. So, my next thing to learn is definitely Unreal, as I've stated before. And sometimes I just kind of don't like how I need extra steps to do said thing. For example, when I'm playing with shaders in Unreal, I mean, it's very different. Very, very different, because it's like playing with Unity. I'm like, man, why couldn't you just simplify it? But again, first and foremost, Unreal is a game engine. It's not meant for, streamlined filmmaking pipelines and stuff. So I totally get it. So maybe I'm just saying that because I still haven't gotten used to the software yet, which will take some time when I give it more of my time. So, Unreal, you're on my bucket list right now. You definitely are. Here we go, that's what I want.
I hate.
What is this? Oh. Don't need any location changes. Let's take this. Copy. Paste it here.
I
Okay.
Here's I've ever laid eyes on. I
So since we are on the topic of learning and all that jazz, has there been any software or off-topic, non-art related things that you are currently learning right now in the journey called life?
I hate. I on. I I I hate. I hate. I hate.
You're learning Cinema 4D. Okay, nice. Yeah, definitely that is the product animation golden child, I guess, right? I'm not gonna lie, I think, what was the render? It's either Corona or Octane that is their #1 render engine. And I've seen the results there. It's like almost hyper real. I don't know what's the difference. Maybe it's the calculating how shaders work or something, but my god. Especially when it comes to like the metallic chrome shader and the glass, it is amazing in Corona and Octane. I'm like, dang, why is it not the same across different engines? But yeah, you've been learning forever. It's never ending learning curve. I don't know why, but Noah did say that, you know, it's not that different from Blender at all. If you're using Blender, Cinema 4D is the same. I'm like, I hope. I really hope, because, you know, it's a new thing. It's a new software. I'm not used to it. I think once I get a hold of the interface and the workspace and the workflow and all else, I'll definitely grasp it faster. It's just I have to keep on using it and using it and using it, so I can finally get like a grasp of how things work. You know, it's just repetition and muscle memory. It took me a minute to definitely get a hang of the Blender shortcuts, because it's not like your casual W, E, and R for location, rotation, and scale. It's S, G, and R. So if I want to rotate, it's gonna be R, S, and for some reason G is the locator. Like L just doesn't do much on its own until you're in like edit mode, for example, and you have multiple things that are not fused together, like a boolean, for example, and they're just joined. You just hit L so you can select the different elements of the same object. Redshift comes with Cinema now. You can get some pretty images. Oh, Redshift 2. Oh, okay. I had a coworker who would not go a day unless he bragged about Redshift and how he is, you know, he feels like Redshift is the best thing ever. Cause not gonna lie, I mean, V-Ray, I don't know why, but I feel like V-Ray kind of looks dated, but it depends on, I guess, the lighting and how you handle it. But V-Ray is pretty okay-ish in my eyes. Arnold just takes forever. Like, I would not want to touch Arnold again in my life if I'm using Maya. No sir, no ma'am. And if I do have the opportunity to license RenderMan, because I think Pixar made it open source and made it available for people to use it across different software, it's just gonna be licensed, you know. I think you have to pay a subscription to be able to use RenderMan from day to day and not sell your work as a commercial thing, you know. I know, what is it? Moonray is the one that DreamWorks uses, but they've released documentation and they said that is gonna be open source, but that's been like 2 years ago. I don't know where the download link would be. Maybe they haven't released it to the public yet, but yeah. Yeah, with Blender, it's just Blender, it works with its native two render engines. So it has Cycles and it has Eevee. Eevee is the one that's supposed to be easy on animation if you're working with animation. Cycles is perfect for photorealism if you want to hone in on the photorealistic elements. Eevee has come out this year with an update, with a complete rewrite of the script, where they made Eevee look as close as Cycles as possible. There, of course, are going to be a few, differences here and there, but that's because one uses ray tracing and the other kind of fakes it. But even for, Eevee faking the ray tracing aspect of the whole rendering thing, it really looks good now. So instead of it being called Eevee, it's Eevee Next, but this is Blender 4.2, so maybe they didn't really rename it. They didn't commit it to renaming it Eevee Next in the software, but it is what it is. It's okay. It's Eevee. We know our favorite render engine. V-Ray looks so nice. It does. It looks so primitive. I'm not gonna lie, it does. And I'm like, why are you guys still using V-Ray? It's not that good. I'm sorry, it's just not. Though I do understand that Octane could be a little, I guess, resource expensive, and you cannot crack it. You cannot obtain Octane with pirating or whatever. You have to legit go to their site and pay for it because people who tried to crack it were unable to for the longest time. So what are we gonna do? We can stick with what we have. I don't mind Cycles at all, personally. I've been thinking about opting for Unreal Engine to render a few stuff from here, but I don't know how to do that yet. And supposedly it's real-time rendering, so it's supposed to render in real time and record as it renders in real English. Sheesh. It's supposed to render in real time with Nanite and Lumen and all these fancy, advanced rendering stuff. I just haven't been able to learn it yet because I'm still learning Unreal. I'm still going to hold the ropes, learn the ropes. See, English, bro. What is wrong with me now?
I hate.
I like that.
You might be the biggest bum. You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on.
These days, I'm letting God handle all things above me. The things I can't change are the reason you love me. Listen, you can hear them calling my name. I'm all over the place, I can't sit in one place. I'm not ashamed at all. Still finding myself, let alone a soulmate.
Oh man, this is the first time me hearing her, H-E-R. I knew she made music because of her freaking Nationwide ads that pops up on my Spotify. Nationwide is on your side. With her guitar and her big glasses. This is the first time I ever give her a listen. minute.
Hate that I treat it like it's a whatever thing. Trust me, boy, this shit is everything to me. He from the jungle. He from the jungle. I take somebody else's car, drive them undercover. This shit is everything to me. This here is everything. Don't know what
Perhaps the final one should be
you about everything.
here instead.
Oh, we still good. Oh, we still good. Oh, we still good. Oh, we still good. If I need to talk, are you around? Are you down for the cause? Are you down? Are you down?
I
Are you down for the cause? Are you down? Are you down? Are you down for the cause? You still down? You still down? You still down?
Curly model stuff. Hello. Thank you for commenting that. I appreciate your statement. You haven't heard of her before the Super Bowl halftime? Oh yeah. I don't watch really the Super Bowl. I just hear about it afterwards. I didn't watch Rihanna when she was dancing while she's pregnant with her second baby. I'm like, oh, why is she performing while she's pregnant? Shouldn't she be resting right now? Though she nailed it, not gonna lie. I feel like she did okay while she was, you know, visibly very, very, very pregnant. Strong woman. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I just forget that the Super Bowl is a thing because I'm not really a fan of American football because even the name American football just does not make sense to me. It's like, it's literally handball. It's not football, it's just handball. But let's see, active player. But yeah, I mean, I see the performances. I'm like, oh, okay. I saw Usher and Alicia Keys performing this year. It was more like a thirst trap, not gonna lie. I guess on Usher's behalf, you know.
I hate. I hate. I hate.
Whoops.
I hate. I hate. I hate. I hate. I hate.
Alright, so...
Laid eyes on. I hate.
Alright, back to serious mode. From sus face, slappable face,
On. I
to serious gamer mode in an instant.
eyes on. I hate you and I.
What's up, brother?
I like that.
You might be the.
I like that.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on.
Oh, I see that. It's a slip up. What is happening here? What's slipping? What's slipping? What's sliding? Location. Oh, yeah. Man, why? There we go.
Bum I've ever laid eyes on.
Anything else? Anything else?
I've ever laid.
Is this moving? Nope. Nice and steady.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on. I hate.
Excellent, excellent. Usher was like, look at my body, I'm old and still doing it. I know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, why is he doing that? He thinks that he's still in his prime time when he was rolling his abs and flirting with Alicia Keys on stage. I'm like, what? Okay. I mean, Hollywood is being Hollyweird. The music industry is still the same, but I mean, okay.
On. I hate you. Biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on. I hate you and biggest bum I've. You might be.
That.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes.
I like that. I like that.
You might be the big.
That.
You might.
Okay, the thing is, I have a dilemma right now. So when it came to the CaseOh animation,
Biggest
it
bum I've
clearly
ever-
looked
You might be the biggest bum
like it's made with 2D,
biggest bum I've ever laid
especially
eyes on.
when,
I hate
you know,
be the biggest.
especially when he's moving his
Be
eyes
the biggest.
around.
Be the
And
biggest.
sometimes when it came to the brows, I selected which parts
You might
would look
be the biggest.
like it's smooth and which parts I didn't. Maybe not. Maybe. Yes. No. Maybe the stash. I think I meant the stash. Yeah, the stash.
Bum I've ever laid. Red hair.
Especially
Red hair.
here with the red hair.
Red hair.
So right now, sketch looks pretty splined, and I'm not sure if I should keep that or if I should interpolate it, because I could easily do that using the interpolation modifier, which I have to individually go to each channel and go to stepped interpolation. So for example, 2 frames, so it's like 2 frames per, you know, per thing, and it'll look stepped,
I hate-
look
I hate.
2D-ish. Well, not 2D-ish, I mean, I meant to say stop motion-y. I'm confusing myself right now.
I hate.
Let's paste everything.
I hate.
And it looks like this and very choppy.
I hate.
So if I were to cover half of my tablet screen and review this,
I.
definitely looks choppy. And we can definitely adjust these. However, it's not going to look, I guess, presentable
I
or legit. I don't know. I do not know.
I hate you and I hate you and I hate you and I
You know, just to stay consistent, I'm gonna have to interpolate them all with a step thing. Just so we can, you know, make sure that it's on brand. If that means anything.
you might be the you might
Except for these, the blend shapes. Or shape keys, as Blender names it.
you might be
Okay, that does not look bad.
you
It
might
does not look bad at all.
you might be the
It's just as good. Okay.
you might be the you might be the you might be you might be the you might be the biggest bum you might be the biggest bum
I'll keep this one, this part.
you might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on.
And then start the interpolation from this frame. So start frame at 353 so that this part would not be affected and only this part. And we can do that with restrict frame range instead. So like from here until God knows however how many. I think 1665 is the end of the animation.
I hate
Alright.
I hate
Anything else that has not been chopped up? What are these? Oh, that's the lips. And those are the blend keys. Blend shapes, whichever.
I like that.
you
I like that.
you might be the biggest
Alright, beautiful, beautiful. So I can avoid myself from being confused. I'm just going to disable the modifiers with this button right here. It's a wrench, and I'm gonna make sure that it's on the green filled tab, because that's gonna cover every channel. It's like the group on and off switch, if that makes sense. Okay, and then I think the one thing that I kind of admire about Blender more than different software is that it's organized. Some things are just a little confusing to me. I'm like, what is the point of this one and what's the point of this tab? But pretty much the menu of like the modes, which is, it doesn't make a difference here. Like these are the workspace window, and these are just presets, you know. But the main like ribbon for all the menus is just here, as well as on top where it says File, Edit, Render, Window, and Help. You got the manual shortcut right here too, with tutorials, support, user communities. If you want to report a bug, it's right here. The ribbon as well up top. All you would like to have is right here. It's a long list of things. The orientation as well, if you want to alter those, so it goes local or global. If you want it to go by normals as well. If you're focused on these gimbal, view, cursor, And parent is a new thing. It says align the transformation axis to the object's parent space. So, for example, since I parented the lattice to the brow, the lattice will take on the orientation of the brow if it has been altered. You know, so if I chose parent and will it reveal itself here? There we go. So this will take on whatever orientation that this has, supposedly, or by theory. I'm not sure which is which, but that's what it says in the description, and it's a new thing. Alright, parent. So yeah. But yeah, those are some perks that are available. Let's see what else.
That
You might be the biggest.
I like that.
You might be the.
Alright, yes, I made sure that I turned these off.
I hate you and I hate
And now it's time to play with the eyeballs. But before I do, I'm gonna go ahead and give us a little preview of the animation with the sound effects, because why not? Why not? Let's just review our progress. I think I added the sound effects to this file. Save before anything crashes, please. That's another thing that I forgot to point out. Blender does not crash as much as Maya. Sue me, because oh my god, all my days of all the times that I was working on a task in the studio, Maya would bug out on me. I'm like, what the heck am I dealing with here? And this is supposedly the industry software with known bugs and glitches that they don't want to fix. Okay, this is better, by the way.
Why Dolores I hate.
Okay. There we go. I'll go perfect. So I did add the voice effects and everything. I'll also show you the edit on DaVinci Resolve, because I added a credit scene. But first things first, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm just giving us free previews, because I know some artists be like, oh, it's a sneak peek. Well, right now it's overdue of a sneak peek, you know. I gotta post this as soon as I can, you know. Alright. Big screen time. Oh, scissors on? Okay. Okay. Ready, set, and begin. Okay, huh? What just happened? Oh, okay. That's weird. That's suspicious. Oh yeah, because the card was in front of the thing. I still forgot about the bokeh thing. It won't work for some reason. It just won't. Maybe it's too small. But yeah. Sorry. Restart.
I like that.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on. I hate you and I hate everything about you. That's why Dolores has been cheating on you for 3 straight years. That's why Timmy has red hair. You're nothing but a failure and a bum. Everybody hates you. You're good at nothing. You're the reason why we make you die every single one.
I like that.
You are terrible, and we will never get this world record because of you, because you are a disgusting human being, and you deserve nothing nice. I literally send this guy with a gas mask, a briefcase, and a map.
Yep.
I set him up for the most success you could ever imagine. And he comes back, breaks the mask, breaks the map, and comes back with 2 daughters.
Someone get that guy.
Fucking idiot, dude.
Someone get that guy. Someone's gotta find out what's going on with him.
Oh, it's on my other screen. Oh no! Lord have mercy. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. There we go. Let's move on to DaVinci Resolve because I could have sworn that I had it on the other screen. Shit. Okay. Shit. From the top. Right, let's run it again. Cause wow. Oh, thank you, thank you. All right, bigger screen, even bigger screen. This should be perfect. Let's see. Resolve. There we go. Bigger screen, and here we go.
I like that.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on. I hate you and I hate everything about you. That's why Dolores has been cheating on you for 3 straight years. That's why Timmy has red hair. You're nothing but a failure and a bum. Everybody hates you. You're good at nothing. You're the reason why we make you die every single one.
I like that.
You are terrible, and we will never get this world record because of you, because you are a disgusting human being, and you deserve nothing nice. I literally send this guy with a gas mask, a briefcase, and a map.
Yep.
I set him up for the most success you could ever imagine, and he comes back, breaks the mask, breaks the map, and comes back with 2 daughters.
Someone get that guy.
Fucking idiot, dude.
Someone get that guy. Someone's gotta find out what's going on with him.
Should I reveal this part? I feel like it might be a low-key spoiler. I meant to place this as a shocker if Case ever sees this. I just have to spam his Discord enough if that were to be true. But my gosh. Should I reveal it here? Or should I wait? Okay, well, spoiler alert, guys. It's supposed to be shock value. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, it is how it is. He's gonna ban me.
Hold on.
And that's supposed to be the credit scene. That's me and my doge.
Idiot, dude.
Someone get that guy. Someone's gotta find out what's going on with him.
Hold on.
Fuck's sake. my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yay! Oh my goodness. See, okay, I do not lie in my resume or in my about page when I say that I love to add a little bit of my like humor, sense of humor in my pieces, because that's what I do. That's my thing. I may not be good with delivering comedy at a stand-up or whatever, because I'm not that kind of person at all. However, these are what I'm very good at. I'm very good at like humor, because I feel like it's something worth a chuckle. If I'm gonna make a whole comedy thing, I would need writers. I would need a whole team, a writing room, because I'm terrible with those. But this is great. I can work with that. Thank you for loving it. Those end titles are super cute. Oh yeah, tell me, I gotta be consistent. And I kind of wanted to aim for the hyper realism. So like it's, you know, since it's stop motion and everything, it's in this Lego world, and this is real life. This is the environment behind the animation and whatnot. Supposedly this is on a shelf, and I animated the books, well, just this one cover leaflet.
Hold on.
So I can, you know, give it a sense of life, and you know, like there's wind blowing through, or someone's working behind and pushing these things with some sort of invisible stick, or is being pulled by a string, you know, whichever. So yeah, that's what I've got.
Hold on.
I'm getting banned for this.
Hold on.
And all his chat is gonna go wild if they do see that. Like, oh, CaseOh's so big he rolled the credits. Instead of the credits rolling him or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But CaseOh's fan base is wild sometimes. But yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it. Alright, back to CaseOh. Back to CaseOh and back to animating sketch. Really don't know how to or when to cap the stream, because it's almost 3 hours in. But at least we're having fun.
I hate you and I hate you and I hate you and I hate I hate you and I you and I hate you and I hate you and I hate you and I hate everything. I hate everything. Everything. Everything about everything about everything. I hate everything about you. I hate everything about you and I hate everything about you. Everything about you.
Let's see.
Think I spent too much time on you. Rack my brain too many times at night.
That
I'm a breath of
That-
fresh air for
At the moment, I'm just blocking out
finna make me go take
the
care
timing of the location in accordance to animation.
minor than a manish. Other shit up on my mind like anyway. I see the world on my own. I see the world on the tip of my tongue. I bet
Let me just keyframe everything here.
it gets so
That's
easy
the normal
to
pose.
take
That's
the
the
easy
abnormal
way
one.
out. No way out. They said
that why that
must be easy to be you. I say how do you fake it when you don't know me at all? It doesn't matter anyway. Oh,
why Dolores
in nowadays I don't know you. I never could tell if it matters anyway.
why Dolores
Got it.
And then there would be no information here. So for example, I'll just add a marker
Time to be on the outside.
just before it switches to the next scene. I'm gonna call it end.
Dolores has been cheating on you for 3 straight years. That's why Timmy has red hair.
It skips this entire segment.
You're nothing but a failure and a bum. Everybody hates you. You're good at nothing. You're the reason why we let you die every single one.
And here, call this anim continued.
I like
You
that.
are terrible, and we will never get this world record because of you, because you are a disgusting human being, and you deserve nothing nice.
Another one here. Anim ended number 2.
I literally send this guy with a gas mask.
And it picks up again here. Anim continued number 2. Zombed. There we go.
And he comes back, breaks the mask. Mask, breaks the map, and comes back with 2 gunners.
Someone get that guy.
Fucking idiot, dude.
Someone get that guy. Someone's gotta find out what's going on.
I'm not sure where else or when I can end it, but perhaps beyond I mean, of all things that AI has been implemented, of all things, you guys had to pick art. Why couldn't you do it with I don't know, agriculture, or I don't know, robotics? I mean, I feel like these are the places where it rightfully belongs. But art, for reals? Nah, nah, not for people with taste. I'm sorry. If you guys want to sell it and you know, sell your slop and call it art, well, that's on you. That's something that you wanna see. Okay, that's you. But then life would be very boring, you know, because you're saying the same generated stuff over and over again. You're saying the same expressions. You're saying the same. I've seen that whole piece, art piece, of someone calls himself. He called himself like a creative, and then that was on LinkedIn, a creative director or something. And he generated an entire dialogue about someone um, wanting to opt for something other than pizza, and they were talking about schnitzel. I think the piece was called the Schnitzel Dilemma. God, it's like it literally reminds me of, you know, the filters that you put on Skype. You become a whole other avatar in real time, and your character moves the same way as your face because it tracks your face. That's exactly what I saw. I'm like, you want to call that animation? I mean, technically, it is animated. It's an animated image, but it's not entirely animation. All that was moving was the eyes, dead eyes, soulless ones, and the mouth. Like he was supposed to be, the characters were supposed to be in an office, in a cubicle. No typing, no like wisps of hair moving. It's just perfection. It's almost too perfect. And I'm like, it's not real life. So there was so many things wrong with it. But I just hope that that's not the future of art. That's all. That's all.
I like
You
that.
are
Oh my. A political sign in someone's yard. It had a cat on it, and the cat had two left paws. Like, how did the designer not notice, or the people who bought it? Yeah, that's also what's concerning me. Is like some people just blindly buy these things and be like, "Oh, it's a cute cat," but they don't realize the details. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I mean, and I've seen cats with four front legs. There were no hind legs. Like it was anatomically incorrect, and it's gotta be like one of the most painful things I've seen on an animal, because it was like sitting as if it were a child, with their knee up against their chest. I'm like, whoa, that's not how a cat sits. That's not how animals work. And it's just stupid. It's just very weird. I'm like, this cannot be what the tech bros are screaming at the top of their lungs for. This cannot be the thing that they want to defend. And that's the hill they want to die on. Okay, that's you, baby boo. That's not how everybody else thinks AI should go. I mean, that I can only hope. Because again, I see artists who be like, you know, catch up. or you're gonna be left behind. Catch up, or you're gonna be left behind. But to what extent do we catch up for? Like, do we just say yes to everything? Do we just let the CEOs, for example, have their million fiat, for example? I mean, that something's gotta give, man. Can't just keep taking the abuse. Our industry is like is fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not saying anything bad at all. I'm saying we have our ups and downs as well, but we don't need added downs to our downs. You know. An iceberg is melted with each generated image. Yep. Yep. Because I've also seen this alarming trend that reveals that Google Images is mostly AI art. I'm like, okay, if you wanna look for an image of a peacock, I'd rather not see a generated image of a peacock. I'd actually want to see an actual peacock with all its feathers, with all of its frizzy imperfections with the ruffles and the feathers with each strand. Like, that's natural, that's normal. Like, come on, come on. A peacock is not well groomed all the time. It's in the wild. It's in the goddamn wild. There's not a comb that they can use. They don't have limbs. They're not anthropomorphic, where they have comb to groom themselves so that they look perfect. Come on, man. Come on. Let's see. I have to buy stock images for my job, and some of it is AI generated. Like, why do I have to pay for that? Yeah, it's like, I don't want to reach to a point where I see the internet is filled with AI generated slop, and we have to like use a fine tooth comb to graze through these images and just be like, which one is real, which one is, you know, not doctored, which one is actually real. Because the more that I hear about the dead internet theory, the more I am inclined to believe that it might be true. Because, you know, some YouTube comments are just filled with bots, and YouTube is not willing to fix any of that. They are aware of the problem, but the unfortunate part is, if you want to reach out to YouTube and, you know, report a bug or report, you know, a wrongful ban, a wrongful suspension, or whatever, or a copyright infringement, you have to reach out through Twitter. Like, they do not care about what happens to your platform or your channel unless you reach out to them on Twitter. And I'm not sure, like, what even is the point of having, like, this customer or report button or whatever, customer service. There's many loopholes right now, and I'm like, this is annoying. Why do I have to go through hoops just to reach out and be like, hey, we're kind of being snubbed here and there? It's annoying. It's not, it ain't good. I think it's gonna be a skill in the future, specialized people that can tell the difference. I know. The thing for me, the number one thing that I do notice is that it's overtly contrasted and it's overtly saturated. I can tell something is AI generated if it has intense contrast. The darks are very harsh. There is no gradual transition. And then the other thing is that you look for limbs. If it has fingers, if you wanna see a person with 6 fingers, there you go. AI can give you one. Now, in terms of audio generated from AI, that's slightly tricky because you gotta listen very closely. But I can tell at its state right now, because there's usually a warble in the way that they talk. So if someone is talking, for example, if I'm talking right now, there would be a warble overlaid on top of my voice, and that's probably like the AI algorithm trying to hash together what would sound like said person, like Snoop Dogg, or I don't know, Jeff Bezos, or whoever celebrity that you wanna, have the things. Because, oh my gosh, there was this AI generated Taylor Swift for Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, and it's obviously AI generated, but people were kind of into it because it's funny. So they call her, instead of Taylor Swift, is Tay Swizzle. And my gosh, it's truly shocking to say the least, but it's low-key funny. So where is it? There we go. Let's take a look. T Swizzle has been past the N-word pass. She obtained it. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Now these are the exceptions, but I feel like yes, AI can be used as hilarious outlets as part of meme culture, but to override talent, nah. That's where I have to draw a line in the sand. Overly high dynamic contrast and color contrast is very extreme. Definitely. That's the one giveaway that I can tell. Unless there are better AI models, like Midjourney or Runway or something, yeah, they can be a little tough, because I think it all started with DALL-E, and then it was Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and now we have a bunch of AI image generator websites that I see now.
Like that.
But even with the Taylor Swift audio, I could hear the warble, like Kendrick's original voice was overlaid on top of hers, so I could tell that it's not clean. And that's another scary thing. Sometimes if you don't pay attention, it might, because the inflections don't sound natural too. What else? Oh yeah, so as of recent, because I keep up with that side of the news, so when it came to the Diddy case, there was this fake phone call that was believed that people thought it was real, that there was a leaked phone call from him behind bars to with him and his son, talking about Jay-Z and referencing, kind of like Pizzagate kind of code, where they're like, oh, hide the pizzas and then clean the plastic bottles, like they were talking in vague ways. And then it's just the repetition of the word pops, and the voice inflections of Diddy sounded unnatural, so it didn't seemed like that's how Diddy would talk, as well as the loss of his accent. Diddy has a New York accent. In that phone call, it just sounded like plain English. You can't tell where that person was from. So that's why when people picked up on it, it's like, yep, that's fake. And people picked up on it on Twitter. So yeah, scary stuff, you know. And that's the thing that I kind of got a little worried when AI has become popular. Some things could incriminate you if you don't have proof to prove otherwise. That's the scary thing.
I like
You
that.
are terrible.
I like that.
You are.
I like that. I like
You
that.
are.
Yeah, it's this but I could kind of tell, and like I wouldn't have known if it was actually real or not had people not pointed it out. But then I took a listen to it myself, and I'm like, that's not Diddy. He does not sound like that. He would have an accent, and he would not speak in these generalized ways like, oh, everybody's having fun right now. Well, take a listen, son. Like, he would not speak like that. Nope. Even though I barely know anything about Diddy, I don't know his personality aside from interviews and his crimes, but I just know that's not how he would talk. That's not how his mannerisms are at all. So, yeah. Some voice models made from streamers because there's so much material to pull from and they sound pretty good. Especially CaseOh. Or not especially CaseOh, like CaseOh is one of them. The streamers that they pull out of, because they stream for hours and hours on end. They have different types of how people word things. Like they have so many samples of how people say the word the, for example, or the word hey, or any vowel, and it'll just sound immaculate because they have all this data, they have all this information, and they just splice it up in the algorithm and it'll just sound a little more natural. Some things sound a bit robotic, yes, but at the same time, it's just, it's something to consider. That's why when I was very, very hesitant to start up my YouTube channel, because I was scared to put my voice out there, especially my face, because I don't want it plastered on, I don't know, some shady, sketchy, material. But then I'm like, you know what? If this could be like an extra thing for me, like an extracurricular thing, why not? I like YouTube could be, a way for me to get more exposure for my art, have more eyes land on it, and then I guess people could see my growth in terms of animation skills and stuff. But the other thing that worried me was people taking my voice and placing it somewhere where I don't need it to be. As of now, it's not being used in someplace heinous. And I'm not that big like Taylor Swift, for example, to have some weirdo put her face on, an adult content, if you will. And, but it's something to consider, because, some men do be desperate out there, and if they want to see someone on some other person's body, they'll do it. if it fuels their fantasy. Don't know why they do it, but it's given desperation, and it's not gonna help their case. Just saying. Just saying. The positives outweigh the negatives for our industry. Like, I definitely have used text-to-speech for one of my projects. But it's not to say that, oh, this is better than voice actors, I'm gonna rely on that from now on. Well, obviously, I would love to, like, hire voice actors if I can. But, as of now, being still young into the industry, and, so, getting a solid footing, you know, sometimes you just have to opt for these things for like your side projects and stuff. But if you're a company with a reputation and you have the resources to bring these people in, bring them in. Well, like we are not, you know, we're not scarce of talent, because there's many of us, and we would love to be a part of amazing projects.
I like that.
You are
Views that I post, and if you are going to do something with it, there's no stopping them, but maybe I would feel different if I was a girl. I mean, I kind of feel a little different because, you know, of my gender. Is I guarantee someone would think in a very twisted way, be like, oh, she's sexy. I wonder what she would look like if she had so and so off. I'm like, hey, first of all, privacy. Second of all, stop being a peeping Tom and get a life. Third of all, you know, if you're desperate, you're just that desperate, and I can't help with that. I just can't. Because why? Why would you do that? Like, how would you like it if someone did that to your sister? If someone were to do that with your mother? What then? You're gonna think it's funny then? Honestly not. You're gonna wanna, you know, beat some bitches up, but you won't. You won't. Because you're sitting behind the keyboard doing some freaky stuff. Because nothing concerns you. So nah. No. I mean, Quavo Cobb, he's a YouTuber. I don't know anything about him. I don't watch his videos, but he had backlash not too long ago because he replaced himself with a clone of himself with AI. So he had AI take his voice and have a 3D rendition of an avatar of himself. But guess what? His views tanked because his viewers really preferred that they see the actual guy. They don't want AI generated, you know, avatars of himself. They want the actual man. And he did that as a way to retire early. I think he's in his, I don't know, 30s now. And he just wanted to retire from YouTube because he's been doing it for a decade. Now, I think it's a clever way to do it, to go on about it, but at the same time, people won't connect to you the same way if they would connect to an AI. Like, it's not genuine. Maybe it'll, you know, quench some of the let's say the parasocials' thirst for content or for creators, maybe, but again, it's not the real you. It's not. But scary future we're living in. Not gonna lie, scary. Just because all that AI stuff. I mean, I hope the seniors in our industry are right when they talk about these things. That we don't need to worry right now. I really hope so. Like I do. And I guess I'll take their word for it because they're experienced. They've been in there longer than me. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna take your word for it, and let's hope it's actually the case where we don't have to worry. There's a lack of respect between creator and the audience with that. And I think it also, it's the parasocial stuff. like they think they know you, but it can be English, Lord. It can get a little creepy because they think that they know how you operate, what your beliefs are, and stuff like that. But if someone were to do it to them, they'd feel offended. Well, obviously, because it's how life is. You want your privacy, man. Why does his sideways from yeah, it does, doesn't it? Let me flip it. I see what you mean. There it is. Your Amazon package is by your door, sir. Whee!
Dolores.
Here he just kind of looks like SpongeBob. I haven't used this pose yet, but yeah, there we go.
I like.
So it starts from here.
I like that.
You might be the biggest bum I've ever laid eyes on. I hate you and I hate everything about you. That why? Why?
Perhaps I'll have him squint over here
Why? That's why. Dolores,
and return to
why
normal.
that's why Dolores has been.
Yeah. Du-du-du-du. Oh yeah, thank you, thank you.
That why?
I'm trying to make it as authentic as possible.
That.
I try to even like look up any catalog or like a list or even a library of Lego mouth poses, but I've never been able to find that on the internet at all. Like nobody went out there to, you know, get all the Lego pieces that they could find and be like, okay, this mouth is like this and this is like this. So I'm thinking maybe just Lego kind of wings it. You know, it's different with every minifigure, especially if they're making the Harry Potter or the other franchise Lego pieces, like the Harry Potter or Aquaman or Marvel, what have you. I'm pretty sure that they're just winging it. They're like, okay, this sticker, slap it on there, boom. I'm just gonna custom made it. So I thought it would be helpful if I were to find something like that and just copy and paste the drawings over and over, but
That's why.
no, I had to improvise.
I like that. I like.
No, we gotta remove that too. They look like snake bites. He's not the guy to have snake bites at all. Continue. There we go. Let's add. Whoops.
I like that. I like that.
There we go. So look at that. We're halfway through the animation without doing much. And I think most of them, or most of the time, they're just giggling here. Oh wait, no, here they're giggling, and this is where they laugh a bit more, and then he's gonna start talking again.
Someone get that guy.
Someone got that guy.
Fucking idiot.
Someone get that guy. Someone's gotta find out what's going on with him.
And the laughing drawing is just gonna be like mouse shapes going up and down, up and down, up and down. That's all. I like all the mouse shapes. Oh yeah, I read that already. Oops.
why Dolores has been cheating on you for 3 straight years. That's why Timmy has red hair. You're ever laid eyes on. I hate you and I hate everything about.
Alright, let's see. We can alter this.
When I hate
1, 2 frames in. There you go. So now he's more concerned.
everything about you.
When he heard Jinxie almost trip. What game is he playing in this clip? I have no idea. I just know that he plays a lot of, what is it, Madden or a football, like soccer game. I didn't put sound effects of him playing. It's just I went to Pixabay and I searched for controller clicking sound effects and I just put it in there. So you can imagine whatever game you want. Release is kind of open-ended. Be it God of War, be it Fortnite, Madden, Destiny, whichever. Any games that you've been playing recently?
That's why Dolores has that's I hate you for laid eyes on. I hate you and I hate everything about you. Everything about you that
But like, what is he talking about? Like some sort of Sims game?
you
Where? You die like that?
I like that.
Oh, well, I'm just imagining in my head, that he's like in a shooter game and he's winning, because he definitely played COD too. So maybe like a shooter, I guess. I like that. I like that. Yeah, like it's like you're scoring against the losers or something.
I like that.
are terrible.
I'm like, why has this song been playing for hours? And turns out it's an automated YouTube thing where it's like so and so for 1 hour. I'm like, why am I listening to the same song for an hour? No wonder. My bad. Let's create another key. Just add a very happy expression for a very happy boy or young man. There we go. Very impressed man. Let's see. Let's just animate the lettuce.
I like that. I like that.
Oops.
I like that. like
You
that.
are
But in this audio clip, I just found it from like the one-liners, because he was talking to a girl online, I think through Omegle, and I think he was like, let me see, let me pull up the clip, but he was kind of dunking on this one girl because he asked her a question, and he asked her like, where in the country, within the country, would you like to travel with me and stuff like that, and she's like, oh, I would like to take us to Hawaii. And then he's like, I like that, I like that, I like that answer. But he said it's within the country. I didn't ask where outside the
Let
country.
me go.
So let me. In context, where is it? There we go. Oops.
It. Hey, someone get that guy. Someone get that guy. Someone's got to find out what's going on with him. Do 10 burpees and then get on the mic. I want to see what you sound like, because I'm going to compare it. Crib. Yeah. I thought you told me you were babysitting. You know, if you were going to take me out of country, where would you take me?
I'll probably get to Hawaii. You know, the summer vibes.
I like that. I like that. But that is actually in the country.
Oh, okay.
We're in a war together right now.
Look at us.
We're in a war and you're talking about fat jokes.
Look at you. Look at you. You're in a war with Colonel Sanders.
So yeah, this kid is wild. Very, very wild. But yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, he is kind of entertaining.
I like that.
But those are the sound cues that I pulled off of, and it works. It works, to be honest. And especially that he is wearing headphones even outdoors. So it's like a mic or a headset. I'm like, just take it off. So I'm inclined to think that, you know, he sounds like that in real life too. But yeah.
You might be the big. You might.
And his one-liner that he's, oh yeah, no problem, yeah. And I guess that what made him popular through Twitch, because I didn't know about him until, you know, CaseOh played with him and another streamer named Jinxie. So apparently the one-liner that got him popular was he's like, "What's up, brother? What's up, brother?" That's why that's hence the title of my stream. What's up, brother? So if you look it up, his delivery is kind of funny.
Eyes on. I hate you
And I'm trying to make his face a bit short,
might.
because it seems like he doesn't have the I guess standard Lego face length. Well, actually his face is short. It's not, it has nothing to do with Legos, it's just his face. His face is short, so I'm just trying to keep it as close to him, like an avatar minifigure of him, as close to real life as possible.
I've ever laid eyes on. I hate you and I hate everything about you. That's why Dolores has been cheating on.
Alright.
Eyes on. I hate you and I hate everything about you. That's why.
And then I have to figure out what to do here. What else?
I like that.
You are terrible, and we will never.
I like that.
You are.
So yeah. Alright. I think I'm just gonna call it a night here. We're almost 4 hours into the stream. So I'm gonna continue working behind the scenes on this, because I think I've shown you know, my audience how to animate facial expressions. We talked a lot about very, very different topics, and it's been a very, very eventful stream, not gonna lie.
Says you could.
And we showed a lot of progress, very, very, very much. So till next stream then, because I'm pretty sure this entire thing is gonna be very tedious, very repetitive. And thankfully, thank God, oh my gosh, thank God, no more no more troubleshooting night, no more troubleshooting streams. Thank goodness we don't have that tonight. So yeah, so anybody who would love to tune into these kinds of streams, feel free to share my socials to them. Like and subscribe, follow for more, check out my Instagram, you'll find it on my about page on my channel. And until next time, guys, alrighty, I bid thee good night. And let's pray for another stream coming up soon where I wrap this entire thing up because it's been due. Alright, I bid thee good night and take great care of yourselves and stay safe.